Trains! Alright, what is up YouTube? MCO40 here. We have trains for everybody today. So Daniel Marino Smith ended up topping, well, he won last week's Grandmaster Games tournament. And for those of you that don't know, that's a huge local. So we have Infinitrack, Machina, we're just gonna say like trains, because like we have the one little Super Bowl. So yeah, this is Infinitrack Train Extenders Earth Machine Turbo deck from Daniel Marino Smith. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. So the whole like Ancient Gear Ballista being an extender in this deck too is absolutely absurd. Like the box can be anything. So we have one copy of Ancient Gearbox, triple copies of Astral Blossom and Joy Spring, two copies of the Heavy Freight Train Derrick Crane, one copy of the Infinitrack Inker Drill, triple copies of the Brutal Dozer, triple copies of the Infinitrack Harvester, two copy of the Trencher, one copy of the Tunneler, one copy of the Citadel. Now remember, the whole cool thing about this deck is the whole Machina package gives you access to some crazy stuff here. Mr. Citadel here, the fact that, okay, so quick effect, you can target any one machine monster you control, destroy that monster, and destroy all monsters your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to it. And then if a face-up Earth Machine monster you control, except for Citadel, is destroyed by battle card effect while it's in your graveyard, and special summon this. Any Earth Machine monster, alright, anybody, and then out comes this guy with this stupid quick effect that you can interact with things, alright, and it also goes for battles. You can ram into something, bring on out this guy from your graveyard, and then laugh at your opponent, because now they're going to have to out this, alright, so that's a thing. We have one little fortress, triple copies of the Metal Cruncher. If you control no face-up monsters, you normal summon this thing without tributing. It becomes 1800. If this card is one more special summon, you can reveal 3 Earth Machine monsters from your deck. Your opponent will randomly add one to your hand. Alright, so you get access to any of your combo pieces here, which is absolutely nuts. We have 2 copies of Nibiru, 1 copy of the Super Express Bullet Train, triple copies of the Heavy Forward, triple copies of Machina Redeployment, 2 copies of Urgent Schedule, and then we have 2 Punishments, 2 Overdrive, 2 Dynamiscus, and then 2 copies of Torrential Tribute. It's almost like this trap lineup was made for a trap trick. Extra deck here, we have triple copies of Infinitrack Goliath, 1 Anger Knuckle, 1 Ballista, 1 True King of All Calamities, 1 Nalibi, 1 Enter Blafnir, 1 Super Dora, 1 River Stormer, 1 copy of Earth Slicer, 1 Garganix, 1 Sky Thunder, 1 Dingrisu, and 1 copy of Elder Entity Ints. Side deck here we have 2 Cycle Raiders, triple copies of Lancia, 2 copies of Droll and Lockbird, 2 copies of Ghost Bell, triple copies of Dark Ruler No More, 2 copies of Twin Twister, and a single copy of Red Reboot, wrapping up a very different Earth-style toolbox. Like, don't get me wrong, there's been Infinitrack decks that lurk around every single format. Players do love the combo potential about this deck. I do like the fact that you can really put all of these engines together inside of a deck. Ancient Gears, Infinitracks, the Train cards, the Machina cards, and then they all act as combo pieces with each other, allowing you to make some crazy awesome boards, alright? Also the fact that you have access to a Link 1 to do really cool board plays as you break down and reassemble to make these boards. It is absolutely mind-boggling, and I do love what this deck can do in that regard. Now, next up, we have Code Talkers. Alright, so this was shared by Action Yu-Gi-Oh! And this was first place. Now, you guys know I've been a huge fan of the whole Code Talker deck. Now, all jokes aside here, guys, I can't play combo to save my life, so I just have to look at this deck from afar because my little brain can't comprehend this. We do have adding Nistor support coming here in the near future, and if Firewall Dragon does get the errata come a next possible ban list here, you can bet your butt that we're going to see an evolution to what this deck can do, because Mr. Firewall Dragon is the best Cyber support that there ever was. Alright, so We have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 2 copies of Code Generator, 2 copies of the Code Radiator, 1 copy of the Cyberse Gadget, 1 Dot Scraper, 1 copy of the 4 Mud Skipper, 1 copy of Gachikiri at Ignister, 2 copies of Nightmare Corruptor Ibley, triple copies of Lady Debug, 1 Link Emperor Flyer, 1 copy of the Edition with 1 Subtraction, triple copies of Microcoder, 2 copies of the Parallel Exceed, and we have a very small package here of 1 Gazelle and 1 Spinny with, this is where things get good, the Signet Codex. Getting the constant ad is so freaking good, man. We also have the 1, 2, 3 Signet Minings. It's anything you want in the deck. We have 1 Signet Optimization. If your Code Talker battles an opponent's monster, your opponent cannot activate cards or card effects till the end of the turn. Alright. Oh, this actually doesn't have to be a monster. It's anything. During your main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves normal summon 1 Cyberse monster. Also, you can not special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except for Cyberse monsters. Good thing my entire extra deck is essentially Cyberse. We also have triple copies of Droplet, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 for 1 Sanctuary, and 1 Signet Conflict. Extra deck here we have 1 Update Jammer, 1 Trigate Wizard, 1 Transcode, 2 Transcode, 1 Talkback Lancer, 1 copy of the Splash Mage, 1 copy of 2 copies of Balinix, 1 copy of the Avermax, 1 Link Karibo, 1 Access Code, 1 Inverted, 1 Code Talker, and 1 copy of the Access Code. Side deck here we have our 3rd Corruptor Ibley. That way, if depending on how our combo is going, and now we have to set up, we have access to it. Alright, we have 1 copy of Called By, triple Cosmic, triple Dark, or 2 Dark Ruler, 1 Feather Duster, 1 Signet Conflict, triple Evenly Matched, 2 copies of Imperial Iron Wall, and 1 copy of Red Reboot, wrapping up some love for the old Code Talkers. Alright, you guys know we love this deck, right? I know a lot of people are like, oh, but it's Code Talk. Yeah, it's one of the coolest rogue decks out there. Alright, and last but not least for you guys, I have Luke Hassel's list from Team Karibos. The cool thing about this is I've been seeing constant Phantom Knight, Phantom Knight, Phantom Knight, Phantom Knight. Where does Pure Burning Abyss get any love whatsoever? Well, we finally have somebody that was like, get out of here, Phantom Knight cards. I don't need you. Alright, so finally some love for Pure Burning Abyss. So we have 1 copy of a Lich, Malbranch of the Burning Abyss, triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 1 copy of Baba, 2 copies of Seer, Malbranch of the Burning Abyss, triple copies of Farfa, triple copies of Fiendish Rhino, 2 copies of Ghostbell in the Haunted Mansion, triple copies of Graf, Malbranch of the Burning Abyss, 1 copy of Libic, 2 copies of Nibiru, triple copies of Cyframe Gamma, triple copies of Scam, and triple copies of Tour Guide, along with 1 brick. Then we have 1 Call by the Grave, triple copies of Pot of Desires, triple copies of Infinite Permanence, and triple copies of Solemn Stee Reich, wrapping up the main deck here. Extra deck we have 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, 1 IP Masquerena, 1 Gravity Controller, 1 Cherubini, 1 copy of Boral Sword, 1 copy of Apollosi, 1 Access Code, 1 Phantom Knights of Breaksword, 1 Downard, 1 Divine Arsenal, 2 copies of Dante, 1 Beatrice, and 1 copy of Dante Pilgrim of the Burning Abyss. Side deck here, basic stuff. We have triple Artifact Lancia, triple Drone Lockbird, triple Skullmeister, 1 Feather Duster, triple copies of Twin Twister, 1 Imperial Order, and 1 copy of Red Reboot, wrapping up your chunk of deck profiles for this video. Code Talkers, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this deck will evolve. I'm really happy to see that Pure Burning Abyss, without having to spend all the money on those new fancy gosh dang Phantom Knight cards, yeah, you can still do things. And finally, some love to our friends out of the Earth Thunderdome, showing us that the Earth Infinitrack deck can still do something. Make sure you guys slam that like button so you don't miss out on any more excellent content. And of course, I always do have to say, I will see your beautiful faces back here later on in the day for some more cool, awesome content. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCole40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCole40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcolegames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.